Good evening, everyone. We are here with yet another session, and today's session is most probably not just a regular yoga session. It is to talk about the practice of breathing practices, which will strengthen your lungs, which will strengthen your body, and which will help you to improve your immune system. So, I'll introduce today's speaker on our platform. She is Archana Amlapure, a health and wellness coach and a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist and the founder of Urges Yoga and Wellness, and that is located in Singapore. She is the main lead in the Urges Yoga and Wellness Center, and she believes in the vision of spreading knowledge about yoga, and that's why the vision and the mission of yoga to teach yoga and to spread yoga, and that's what we are helping as a collaboration with OJAS to spread the same message to the public to help in this pandemic. And she is having the working experience of more than 12 plus years in the corporate. And she have taken many individuals like multiple age group sessions, mindfulness, stability, which helping to improve the philosophical knowledge in the people to understand what yoga is with the ultimate way of leading a successful life through yoga. So welcome you, ma'am, on the platform to reach the same vision and mission what you started. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for this lovely introduction. So, thank you for inviting me on this platform. So, as mentioned, so today's topic is, breathing techniques for our lungs, basically. And we're going through this pandemic, and it is very important that we take care of our lungs now and our breathing. So, we've been seeing the issues. People are facing who are suffering from who got infected with COVID, the pre-COVID. I mean, when they get the symptoms, even when they are recovering, uh, most of the case. I mean, the thing is that our respiratory system gets affected a lot. So when we work on our breathing, when we work on our oxygen level, the recovery becomes easier, as well as the symptoms. We can support to reduce those symptoms. So we are going to go through some breathing techniques, and which will help you when you have symptoms, and maybe mild symptoms will help. And as you go along, as we do these techniques, I'll explain more. But what I've seen is that now, though I'm living in Singapore, I have a lot of friends, and my family is back in India, and I've seen whoever got infected, and how while they were recovering, when I suggested them to do this breathing technique, they mentioned to me that it is helping them. It is helping them to recover better, because a lot of people were facing issues with breathlessness, shortness of breath, feeling tired, fatigue. Recovery is not easy. It takes a long time, months and months for many people. So when we do this breathing, when we practice regularly, it definitely helps us to strengthen our respiratory system, improves our breathing. So let's start with the technique. So we will go through few techniques here. Basically, it's a pranayam. So if you see, prana is our energy. And with this infection, with this virus, the energy is getting depleted. That's why a lot of people are facing oxygen issues. A lot of people are facing that breathlessness, shortness of breath. So this breathing technique, all these pranayams helps to improve your prana, your energy levels, helps to improve the circulation within you. And when you do these techniques, definitely the oxygen level improves in your body. And when you have a good oxygen level in your body, viruses don't survive, or the intensity will be less. Okay. And in that way, we can definitely improve our immunity as well. So if you see this, virus affects our three systems on larger basis. It's respiratory, digestive, and nervous system. So once it affects our breathing, a lot of people lose the taste, so they don't feel like eating. Again, don't feel like eating, don't eat you don't take that proper food, your digestion again affects, as well as it affects your mind, nervous system as well. Okay, your mental state is not good. You feel tired, you feel lethargic, you feel dull. Energy levels are so low. So all these pranayams are going to work on all these three systems. Okay, so let's begin. So first one, even if you have symptoms, mild symptoms or more symptoms, or even you're recovering. So this works on both conditions. Only thing you need to consider is that if you're not in that state of doing anything, of course you need to avoid this. But if you are in that state, you can sit and do a few of the techniques. You can definitely go ahead. It will give you a good, it definitely improves your energy levels. Okay, so when you are in isolation, when you are in quarantine, when you are all the, like, you're resting more, and in that case what happens is more our upper body becomes tight. So when your shoulder neck becomes tight, you're definitely squeezing your lungs, okay, and in turn that affects your breathing. So I would suggest you, whenever you're doing pranayam, just do a little bit stretching, loosening of your shoulder. So here we are just going to do a few breathing, a few loosening techniques. So just stretch your arms forward, thumb inside, and form the fist. So we are going to do wrist rotation. Just mindful movement here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now bring your palms, or let's do this way. So just the mindful relaxation of your shoulder. So bring your palms on your knees, and as you inhale, lift your shoulders up closer to your ears, and as you exhale, bring it back and rotate and center. Okay, let's go for a few more rounds. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more round here. Inhale and exhale. Relax. Now same thing, we will do it from the other direction. Now back, up, and down. Okay, 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, and 5. Okay, relax. Would you mind to do a full screen so that people can see in the full screen?
Yeah, it's
just
full
the
screen.
speaker's view. Speaker's view.
That
So
is
that is on, is it? Okay, I can see that too. Okay, no worries. So now next one, it's just the neck loosening. So keep your back straight and inhale, look up, and exhale down. Inhale, exhale, inhale up, exhale. Do slow and gentle movement. Inhale up and exhale down. Last one, inhale and exhale. Okay, now slowly come to center and relax. Okay, and then another one, just interlock your fingers, stretch your arms behind your back. So inhale, look up, and exhale, just fold forward as much as you can. Inhale, so let me show you from this side. Okay, stretch and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale and exhale, and just hold your normal breathing. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come to center and relax. Now, next one is Parvatasana. Okay, it's just a simple hand movement. So synchronize your movement with breathing. When you do that, it is really opening up your lungs. So when we go to our pranayama practice, it becomes easier. So inhale, just raise your arms up and join your palms together. Exhale, bring it down. Okay. Inhale, just joining palms together. Exhale down. Inhale, you can see if you're doing with me, you can see how it stretches your whole shoulder and helps to open up your lungs. Okay, one more round. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Okay, now just sit comfortably and we'll just go for a conscious breathing, bringing awareness to our breath. Okay, so sit comfortably, keep your back straight. You can feel free to close your eyes. You can keep it open as well. And slowly bring your awareness to your breath. Just observe your each inhalation and exhalation. How's your breathing now? Is it too fast, jerks, haphazardness? How is your breathing? And this is just the awareness. And again, first step to change anything is awareness. So bring this awareness. And with that, let's try to make our breathing consciously longer and deeper. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and one more round. Inhale and exhale and relax. Now, in many conditions, many times, a lot of people even can't breathe deeply. Again, because of the infection or even with the stress, it affects our lungs, it affects our breathing. Okay, so first breathing, which we are going to do is, it's the simple breathing. So inhale through nose and exhale from your mouth. So this will help when you're feeling shortness of breath, breathlessness, you're feeling tired. You can just do this. It helps in bringing that oxygen level. Improving the oxygen level. So it's simple. So you inhale through nose. And when you are exhaling, make that pout through your lips. Open your mouth. Exhaling through your mouth. Okay. This is very effective again. And when you're exhaling, make sure that you do it slow, as slow as you can, and with total awareness. Okay, so let's do the 5 rounds here. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, two more rounds. Inhale, exhale, one more round. Inhale, and relax. And you would have observed, if you're doing with me, you would have observed, it really calms down your mind. Okay, so our breathing has direct effect on our mind. Really relaxes our nervous system as well as digestive system. That's why I mentioned those 3 systems get affected, and with this, it really helps to bring the energy back. Now, next one is full yogic breath, but before that, we are going to do it in the section. It's called sectional breathing. It's very important when we are working on our breathing, our respiratory system, to understand what kind of breathing we are doing. So we have three types of breathing we generally do. It's like, first one is our diaphragmatic breathing. This is where we all should do our breathing, because diaphragm is the primary muscles which we need to use for breathing. But most of the time, most of the people breathe from thoracic or short, shallow breaths, thoracic or clavicular region, very short, very small breathing. So if you see, observe anyone, you can just feel the breath is coming until their, thoracic or until their clavicular region. So second is thoracic and third one is clavicular. So when we do the full yogic breath, we use all those muscles of our respiratory system. And that's when we take that full breathing. So when you are doing the normal breathing, so you're not doing that conscious breathing. When you're working, when you're doing busy, we have to breathe continuously. I mean, we are breathing. This is involuntarily it is happening. That time we are taking about 500 cubic meter of air. But when we do this one deep inhalation, conscious breath, we are taking about 3000 ml of air, the oxygen. So which is 6 times more than the normal breath. Okay. So that is why this full yogic breath or full diaphragmatic breathing has a lot of importance in a lot of conditions, not only when you are infected, like in this pandemic, but releasing stress, working on our digestive system, improving your lung capacity and so on. So first one is diaphragmatic breathing. I'm going to take three rounds of each just to understand. And then when we do this full diaphragmatic breathing, we do 5 rounds. So first one, bring your palm on your stomach. So when you inhale, your stomach should bulge out. When you exhale, it should sink in. So let's practice 3 rounds. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, and relax. Okay, so this was diaphragmatic breathing. Now thoracic breath. So bring your palm on your chest. So you can also do thoracic breath. It is also good, but when we do this full yogic breath, it is using the diaphragm. Okay, so bring your palm on your chest and inhale. Exhale. Now, when you're doing that, just feel that your breath is coming until your chest, thoracic region. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And relax. Okay, now next one is your clavicular breathing. So just to feel that breath, you can lift your shoulders up and exhale down. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale and relax. Okay, now we combine all these 3 breathing. Now, when you do this, you exaggerate the movement and take that full expansion of your lungs. Okay, so you can just watch me 1 round. So inhale, so start from a diaphragm, chest, shoulder, and as you exhale, reverse way. So inhale. Exhale very slowly, consciously, take your time. Okay, now if you keep your palms on your ribs here, when you inhale, you can feel the expansion of your ribs here. Okay, so just try to do that full yogic breath, full exaggerate the movement to get that full oxygen, full breath. So let's practice 4 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Exhaling all that carbon dioxide, Okay, so try to do that exhalation as long as you can. Okay, next one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. Okay, so so you don't have to practice the sectional breathing like diaphragmic, thoracic, or clavicular, or you can do it. That is also good, but you can directly do this full yogic breath. So that is just to prepare yourself and understand the different parts of different types of breathing. So just do this long deep breath, diaphragmic breathing. It is very, very beneficial in all the conditions. Like if you're feeling stressed, anxious, just do a few rounds, you feel better. If you feel shortness of breath, if you feel breathlessness, you can do this. If you're feeling tired, lethargic, again, just do a few rounds, you will feel the change. Okay, now next breathing. So this is again very effective now in this if you are recovering from coronavirus, or if you got symptoms and if you're feeling shortness of breath. It's called dog breathing. You know, you would have observed how dogs breathe rapidly, right? So I know it's going to look funny, but just do it. It really brings that hyperventilation, brings a lot of oxygen in your lungs and helps to improve your breath. So you feel better after doing that. Okay, so for that, you can sit in Vajrasana. If you're not comfortable sitting in Vajrasana, Sukhasana is also fine. And you can just bring your palms down on the mat. Okay, stick your tongue out. You know, if you would have observed how dogs breathe rapidly. And if you observe when you're doing that, it is affecting your diaphragm. It is stimulating your diaphragm, and that's how you're rapidly breathing and removing that carbon dioxide and taking more oxygen in your body. So we are going to do two parts here, 2 rounds. So let's start. So you need to open your mouth, stick your tongue out, and just do rapid breathing. Okay, one more round. This is the therapy for asthma patient, okay? Because they feel shortness of breath very often. That's how this dog breathing helps in improving the oxygen level. So you can try this. Now, next one is just the simple breathing. Now we are going to use our full yogic breathing technique here when we inhale and when we exhale. So this is called Samavrati Pranayama. Okay, so we inhale for 4 count, exhale for 4 count. Now we are just doing our inhale and exhale, the same count. We are increasing our capacity, our lung capacity, we are training our lungs basically, and then we can go for longer exhalation. So here just 3 rounds again. Now, if it is, I think streamed on YouTube, so if you're doing it, you can just pause and go for about 7 to 10 rounds. Okay, so sit comfortably, relax. Okay, use that full yogic breathing technique. Inhale for 4 count, exhale for 4 count. Spread your inhalation 4, exhalation 4. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now this is just a 4 count, but a lot of people feel difficulty even breathing for 2 to 3 counts. So they can't even breathe for 4 counts. So that is how you need to train your lungs. You need to release the tightness because of your lungs, because of your body type. Also, that is another reason. Or we are always in habit of breathing shallow. Okay, very short breathing always. So our our normal breathing becomes shallow only. So we are all the time taking very shallow breath. So we are not taking that full breathing. So this is just to train yourself, improving lung capacity along the way as you increase your number of count. So once you're comfortable with 4 count, you can go for 5 count inhale, 5 count exhale. Okay, and you have to practice it over a few days regularly. So do 2 days about 4 count, inhale, exhale, then 2 days, 5 count, and so on, you can increase. Now, next one is we will try to make our breathing exhalation longer than inhalation. Okay, this looks very simple, but it has a lot of benefits. So when we are doing this with the awareness and with focus and with the count, what is happening within our lungs is that we are giving our lungs to do that proper exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, so if you see normally when you're breathing, it's happening rapidly. Maybe 1 or 2 seconds you are taking inhale and 1 or 2 seconds you are exhaling. So when we are doing with the breathing, with the count, with that slow deep breath, the time we are giving to exchange that oxygen and carbon dioxide is longer. It is happening proper exchange of oxygen. That means you are accumulating, you are taking more oxygen and you are removing that carbon dioxide, and more releasing the carbon dioxide is releasing that lethargy, that the tiredness, and bringing that energy levels up. Okay, so now next one I said 4 inhale and 8 exhale. So inhale for 4 count, exhale for 8 count. So let's just practice 3 rounds now. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so this is how you improve and build your lung capacity. Now, let's say you are just recovering just a few days after your infection. Just practice few deep breath. Once you feel better, once you feel you gain some energy, then you work on doing this with the count. Then you increase the count. Then you increase your exhalation time. Okay, so that is how you can do it. And again, this all techniques, when you do it 1 or 2 days, has no effect and benefits. You have to do it regularly. That's when it is more beneficial. So now next one we will do is Kapalbhati Pranayama. Okay, Kapalbhati is again kind of a hyperventilating your lungs, giving more oxygen, whatever the dead space in our lungs. Okay, so most of the time when you are not breathing, not breathing means you're not doing that conscious breathing or doing this pranayama techniques. There is reserve, always this stuck energy in our lungs, which is never circulated. Okay, so doing this Kapalbhati, it really circulates that energy, that prana. Otherwise, it's always stuck in our lungs. So the Kapalbhati pranayam is very effective um, for improving lung capacity. Now, again, if you have just recovered, just out of the infection, don't go for this pranayam. Maybe give yourself some time. Once you feel a little better, once you have energy, then you start with Kapalbhati practice. But if you have mild symptoms, uh, then you can definitely do it. Again, as long as you have to see how you're feeling that time. If you're really not feeling sitting and then you're not feeling good to do it, you can avoid and just focus on simple deep breath. But if you are okay to do it, definitely do this, because this is going to help in faster recovery. Now, the people with heart condition, high blood pressure should avoid this, or just do few rounds. So at a time, you can go about 10 to 15 strokes. Okay, ladies who are in menses, again, should avoid. Any stomach surgeries done recently, just avoid this. Okay, so how to do this pranayam? It's a active exhalation and passive inhalation. So just focus on your exhalation. As you exhale, pull your abdomen. I think most of you know, everybody knows Kapalbhati, but when you do it, you feel that effect more. So let's start. So always, whenever you're doing pranayam, you're sitting on the mat, sitting on chair, wherever you're sitting, try to keep your back straight. Give the space for your diaphragm. Okay. So again, take one deep inhalation followed by Kapalbhati. So inhale and start. And relax. Okay, whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. So again, to take a few things to note, whenever you're feeling short of breath, when you're doing Kapalbhati, just stop, relax yourself, take few deep breaths, take normal breathing, and then go for next round. So you can go for 3 rounds of Kapalbhati practice if you do it regularly. So you can target yourself 50 stroke, 40 stroke, 30 strokes, okay, and do it in 3 rounds for more better benefits. Okay, I'll take one more round and you can do it with me. Okay, inhale and start. And relax. Okay, slowly open your eyes. So now next one is the last breathing technique I'm going to take, which is called Bhramari Pranayam. Okay, so Bhramari Pranayam is very effective again. It is not only improves your lung capacity, not only improves your breathing, but it is a very good pranayam to release your stress, release anxiety. Now, as I mentioned, it affects your nervous system. It's, all this going through, going through this situation is definitely not good, because the person has to manage a lot of things, maybe family, the office, the professional life, personal, a lot of things to do. And though that person is suffering with their own symptoms, own problems, he or she has to take care other family members as well. So it affects our mind, mental state. So doing this pranayam definitely helps to release that stress, that anxiety. But this particular Brahmari pranayam helps in sleeping well, releasing anxiety, releasing stress, instantly calms you down. Okay, so how to do this pranayam? It's a humming sound, mer sound as we exhale. Okay, so tip of your tongue, touch it to your upper palate, close your lips, and as we exhale, mer sound. If you're not comfortable, simply focus on humming sound. So inhale. Inhale. One more round. Inhale. You can feel the vibration at your head region, feel that instant relaxation in your whole mind and body. You can as well do it with the Shanmukhi Mudra, which really helps to bring that instant calmness. It disconnects you from that external noise, external world, and focuses on your and the vibration. I'll just show you 2 rounds. So here, thumb in your ear, rest of the fingers lightly closing your eyes, okay, and inhale. Inhale. And relax. Okay, you can go about when you're doing it, you can do from 5, 9, 15, or 27 rounds. Depends on the time you have, depends on how you're feeling. Okay, so these were the techniques of different breathing techniques. Now, if you have that shortness of breath and you have symptoms, you can even lie down on your stomach, prone position, and just focus on deep breathing. So it helps in improving, again, your oxygen level. You would be hearing that, post and these tips a lot of times, that prone position breathing helps. Now, if you're in isolation, or if you have symptoms, mild symptoms, if you're okay, try to walk around in your room about 5 to 10 minutes, which has, again, a good effect on lungs. Okay, it helps to increase your heartbeat, helps to improve, again, your breathing. So these are a few other techniques, tips to work on your oxygen level, to work on your energy level, basically, because it depletes your energy so much. So just doing this, even just the simple deep breathing, brings your energy back. Okay, so these were my the techniques which I wanted to cover. Hope it is helpful. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with me. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And we all see multiple sessions in the YouTube or in multiple platforms. But what we have covered today is not just about the strengthening of immune system or lungs. It is whole wholesomeness. We talk about the totality. So the pranayam, it's all about the totality in itself. And
yes,
I must ask everyone to follow her work in Instagram and YouTube. In YouTube, it's from the Archana Amalpura channel is there, where every week you will find some interesting work, which we also learn from that. And in Instagram, daily posts will be there to improve your awareness in the field of yoga. And her work is tremendous. That's what we are here, that we should learn from her. And thank you so much, ma'am, to come on our platform, give the perspective, which as a student, I must say we should ask from you to learn. If any possibility comes to meet with you in Singapore, I'll be obliged. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I just want to mention one thing, as you mentioned, totality. Very right word, because most of the time we are just trying to find the fixes. Okay, I got this problem, I want to fix it. Once you feel better, you forget. So that is what a lot of people do it, and I see in my daily work as well. So yoga is all about maintaining yourself. So it's not only when you are not feeling good and when you have problems you do that, but it should be part of your daily routine. It should be part of yoga is said that way of life. So that's why I mentioned that you practice over a few days, like break it down and slowly and gradually build your lung capacity. So just wanted to talk about totality. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.